Hi everyone and welcome to the first instalment in my favourites of 2022 series. Now if you saw my favourites of 2021 and my favourites of 2020, you'll know what's about to happen. This series is quite a long one. It's going to run from now and it's going to finish early New Year 2023. So buckle up, get a cup of coffee, sit back, relax. We're going to run through every single category, listing not only my ultimate favourite in each category, but if that ultimate favourite isn't also affordable, I'm going to list my affordable favourite, and if that's not cruelty free, we're also going to do a cruelty free favourite as well. We're going to kick it off with foundation as per usual, so let's get straight on with it. So just a little bit of added information, I have decided to streamline this series just slightly. There were a couple of videos that didn't perform particularly well, favourite lips and also favourite face powders, so I've decided to take those away from this series, but please don't worry if you did enjoy those last year and the year before. You will still find out what my ultimate favourite and affordable favourite products within those categories are when I do my full face of ultimate favourites and also full face of affordable favourites at the end of this series. I also decided instead of those two to put a little bonus video in the mix. I'm not going to tell you too much about it, but I'm rather excited. I'm leaving it there. Let's get on with it. So if you're new here, hi, my name's Gemma. I upload new content on YouTube every single week. I'm not quite sure if this series is going to run 2 videos a week or sometimes 3 videos a week. So if you don't want to miss any, please make sure you've hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell. So let's talk my favourite foundations, and I am not gonna lie, honestly, I almost had a breakdown this year trying to decide which foundations to put in this video. It has been that difficult. I was so overwhelmed the other day, I actually had to get my mum over to go through all of the options with me because it was just mind-blowing. 2022 has been the year of foundations. We kicked it off in January with a brand new release from Charlotte Tilbury, which I really enjoyed. We've got the Estee Lauder Double Wear Sheer, 2 foundations from Chanel, which absolutely blew my mind. I know this wasn't a new release in 2022, but I tried this for the first time in 2022 from Tom Ford, really enjoyed it. Also Lancome House Labs, one from the Sephora collection, NARS, one from Yves Saint Laurent. I mean, the list goes on. That's not including all the other foundations that featured in previous favourites of 2021 and also favourites of 2020, which I've had to try all over again to try and narrow it down. It's been so hard. Really has been so difficult, but I have managed. So let's start with my ultimate favourite. So even though I must have tried at least 20 new foundations this year and liked a lot of them, my ultimate favourite foundation of 2022 is the same as my ultimate foundation of 2021. This is the Clé de Peau Radiant Fluid Matte. It is not the natural version, the newest foundation from Clé de Peau. I do like that one. It looks beautiful on me when I first apply it, but at the end of the day, it just doesn't last as well, so it doesn't look so hot after 12 hours. Whereas this one, I mean, it is just up here as far as I'm concerned for so many things: longevity, the way it looks, the way it feels on my skin, the way it airbrushes out, open pores, texture, any sort of imperfections that I have on my skin, and I've had a lot of imperfections on my skin this year, this just airbrushes them all away. Obviously, skin texture is still going to be there, imperfections are still going to be there, but this makes them a lot harder to see and really elevates my confidence when I leave the house. I adore this. So the main issue with this foundation is the price. It is incredibly expensive. But for me, it's justified for 2 reasons. 1, it is absolutely out of this world fantastic, and 2, this lasts a lot longer than any other foundation that I have in my drawer because I only need half a pump of this to cover my skin, and that's with skin imperfections. If I didn't have a lot of imperfections on my skin, probably 1/4 of a pump would be enough for me. So this foundation, even though it's pricey, is going to last me between twice as long and 4 times as long as all the other foundations that I have in my drawer. So that's the way I justify it, but the initial outlay hurts. it really does hurt. So this comes in 31 different shades. My shade is 010, which is light ochre. It gives medium to full coverage. You can change the matteness of this if you add a little bit of the Hollywood Flawless Filter from Charlotte Tilbury into the mix, or you can also add a little bit of moisturizer in there as well to sheer it out. So it is incredibly versatile. On its own, it will give a natural matte finish. It immediately airbrushes and smooths out any texture and imperfections on my skin, and it's also really nice on my drier areas, which the next foundation I'm going to talk about slightly less so, but I wanted to include it in this video anyway. This is long wearing, it's transfer resistant, it doesn't leave a tacky residue on the surface of the skin, so you can touch your skin and no foundation will lift off onto your fingertips. It does contain a little bit of alcohol in the formula and also a fragrance, but I don't find the fragrance overwhelming at all. In fact, I find it quite pleasant, and as soon as it hits the skin and you've blended it out, I can't smell it at all. So it was such a close contest for my ultimate favorite foundation top spot this year that I decided to have a second place, because in all honesty, this next foundation I reach for all the time. The longevity is excellent, the coverage is also great, but just like the Clé de Peau, you can sheer this out with a little bit of moisturizer. You can add primers to it like the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter to add a bit of glow to the mix. The only difference between this and the Clé de Peau is this is slightly less airbrushing, which is why I prefer the Clé de Peau, and also this isn't as kind on my drier areas. So if you are wanting to try out one of my ultimate favorites and you're wanting something slightly more affordable than the Clé de Peau, if you don't have any seriously dry areas, you might actually prefer this one. It's from Givenchy and it's the Prism Libra Matte. I also like the Glow foundation, but again, just like the Clé de Peau natural foundation, it doesn't last as long on me. So I always go for the matte version, way more longevity and looks so nice at the end of the day. So this comes in 35 shades, again gives you medium to full coverage and natural matte finish. It's slightly more matte than the Clé de Peau, however. It's sweat proof, smudge proof, water resistant, it's very lightweight on the skin. Again, not as nice on my dry skin, but it is incredibly long wearing, and just like the Clé de Peau, it does contain a little bit of alcohol and also a fragrance. But neither of those options are affordable or cruelty-free, so my affordable and cruelty-free option is exactly the same as last year's. I haven't found anything to rival this, and I have tried a lot of affordable foundations this year. I either find that they are incredibly drying on my skin if they are matte, or they don't have the longevity if they're satin or they're a glowy finish, or they don't have enough coverage. And at the moment, coverage is a big deal for me. So this is a winner. This has all of those things. It has coverage, it has longevity, it doesn't leave a tacky finish on the surface of the skin, which for a satin finished foundation I think is a major positive. And I've tried a lot of expensive satin finish foundations that don't have that feature. They do leave that tacky residue, and when you're touching your face throughout the day, everything lifts off, and by the end of the day you've just got no foundation left on your skin. So this is a triumph. It's available, I think, in the US only in Target now. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. If you are in the US, please let everybody know where this is available. You can get this from several places in the UK. The only problem is only comes in 12 shades, and I thought they would have made that better over the last year. It's just not good enough. Nowhere near good enough. And if you're in the UK, you can get even less shades because we don't have the full collection. Disappointing, but it is a beautiful foundation. This gives medium to full coverage, a luminous satin finish. It's nourishing and hydrating. It's not tacky to the touch. It's long wearing. It's non-drying. It's got glycerin and emollient butters in here to really hydrate the skin. It does contain a fragrance, but it is alcohol free. So I have no idea how this adheres to the skin without alcohol in it, but it does, and I'm not complaining. So before I wrap up this video, I just wanted to mention the Rimmel Kind and Free foundation, because although this didn't make it into my ultimate favorite, affordable favorite, or cruelty-free favorite, it didn't make it because of the coverage. So if you are wanting to try any of my favorites out, but you're wanting something with lighter coverage, something slightly glowier on the skin, This is the one that I would point you towards because it is fresh, it is lightweight, it is glowy, it is just beautiful on the skin. At the moment it doesn't suit me because I have way too many imperfections that I want covered, but it's a stunning foundation and definitely worth a go. So it comes in 12 shades. They are a wide spectrum of shades, but let's face it, 12 shades could need some improvement. The shade that I am is 160 Vanilla. It's light to medium coverage, this one. Dewy finish, really healthy glow on the surface of the skin. It's vegan, it's free from fragrance, alcohol. Its key goodies are vitamin E, B5, aloe vera, glycerin. It's suitable for sensitive skin. However, it does have a couple of SPF ingredients in here that some people may be sensitive to. Octinoxate and zinc oxide nano. So that's a little bit of information on this one. I wasn't going to feature it in this video, but then all of a sudden I felt a pang of guilt because it is a lovely foundation. So, you know, it's a last minute addition. So that's it, short and sweet. We've had my ultimate favorite. We've also had my second place ultimate favorite. I'm not saying that is going to be a running theme in every single video for each and every category, but we'll see. We've also had my affordable favorite, which was also my cruelty-free favorite. I really hope you found this video helpful. Do let me know what you've thought about it in the comment section. Also, please let me know your ultimate favorite foundation of 2022. Is it the same as your ultimate favorite for 2021? Why has your opinion changed? Is it because your skin's changed, or has your preferences changed? If I haven't tried your ultimate favorite, I may pick it up in 2023, and you never know, it may feature in my favorites of 2023 series. Really hope you've enjoyed this. Hope to see you all in the next one. Bye everyone.